Just when you thought everybody in the government from Biden on down thought the same thing about these vaccines and wanted to do the same thing, which was put them into your arm as fast as possible. Not one, not two, but three, into your kids too. Well, hold on a second. There's trouble within the ranks. At the FDA, a couple people are actually quitting over political interference with what the FDA is doing. And no, Donald Trump isn't president. We're not talking about him. We're talking about Joe Biden. And it's follow the science. Joe Biden is now following the politics, and some people at the FDA are sick of it. And they're actually talking about mutiny. So will we ever have a whistleblower from the FDA? Well, I don't know. We'll find out. This is an article from Politico which talks about it. And, there was lots of criticism about this booster shot rollout, and as there should be, and there should have been a lot more, because people were critical of Donald Trump for acting like he was trying to rush the FDA approval. Well, Joe Biden's been even worse. And it's not just the booster shots, it's also the approval. These doctors, these individuals who are quitting the agency now are quitting right after they gave the full approval, which was also inappropriately pushed by Joe Biden and the military. It was basically pushed through so that the military could go ahead and mandate the vaccine. So now these doctors are leaving. This article says Biden's top-down booster plan sparks anger at FDA. How angry are they gonna get? This is what it says. On Tuesday, 2 top FDA vaccine regulators resigned, a decision that one former official said was rooted in anger over the agency's lack of autonomy in the booster planning so far. A current health official said that the pair, Marion Gruber and Philip Krause, left over differences with FDA's top vaccine official, Peter Marks, who is pushing the booster shots. Now the agency is facing a potential mutiny among its staff and outside vaccine advisors, several of whom feel cut out of key decisions and who view the plan to offer boosters to all adults as premature and unnecessary. And I've shown you the articles that came out. Doctors saying, what are you talking about? Booster shots. We don't need them. It looks like the vaccines still work. That's what they say. But it looks like the vaccines still work. The Biden administration thinks differently. That is revealed in this article as well. I'll read on. Politico spoke to 11 current and former health officials and people familiar with the matter who described growing exasperation with the administration's disjointed process for implementing its booster plan. These sources said that there is little coordination between federal health agencies, even as 2 top FDA officials try to guide the rollout. So there are 2 officials. One is Woodcock. The other one is this guy Marks. And they both wrote in favor of the booster plan. The booster plan which went through, they don't have any evidence. Nobody's ever tested it. And Joe Biden came out and said, we're going to start September 20th. They don't even have the data yet. They might be getting some data this month that they can maybe use to make the decision, but they feel rushed, these nerds. You don't want to push nerds too far. Sometimes they'll crack. Right now, they're just resigning. They're not talking yet. But maybe they will. Why is the Biden campaign so obsessed with booster shots? Well, they want you to think that the vaccines work. They don't want to tell you what I've been telling you for a while, which is the vaccines aren't working that well. And there's a reason that Israel is the COVID hotspot of the world and the most vaccinated place at the same time. Take a look at what it says in the article here. It says, while the agency has released 5 studies in recent weeks, some showing fading immunity among healthcare workers and more breakthroughs than previously recorded, other Biden officials say they are waiting anxiously for a collection of state data that many expect will provide more definitive evidence that breakthrough infections are much higher than previously thought. Much higher than previously thought. Oh, really? So that's why they're pushing the booster shots, but there's no evidence for booster shots. The other thing that these officials at the FDA are a little upset about, I said you just don't want to push them too far. You don't want them to start talking. They're also being pressured to authorize the shots for kids under 12. And I've played the clip of de Blasio saying they got to do it right away. Well, he's not Joe Biden. But the Biden administration also, there's pressure to vaccinate kids under 12. It says that people at the FDA are wondering because there are side effects. And COVID doesn't do much to people under 12. Is there somebody at the FDA with a real conscience? It's possible. If these shots are as bad as we've heard, then it's possible that eventually the right thing will happen. In the meantime, people might get hurt. But eventually somebody might say something. This is trouble trouble in the Biden administration here. Trouble in paradise. So we'll keep following that story. We'll look to, if you work at the FDA and you want to talk about what's going on with the vaccine process, go ahead and contact me. lifttheveil411@gmail.com. I know. We're not reaching people from the FDA, but at least we can have hope. So make sure to become a premium subscriber on Rockfin, rokfin.com/lifttheveil, and check out our t-shirts at truthclothing.io. We have a new one on there you have to see. All right. That is what it is.